Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to the Dragon's Lair, Motorcycle Chaos. We come on Mondays and Fridays, and we come on Saturdays after the motorcycle madhouse over there on Insane Throttle. And, oh my goodness, first of all, this is my first recording since the holidays. So I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope that everybody's Christmas was great. And I'm really hoping that everybody's New Year's Eve and New Year's Day was amazing. I hope that for you, because it's that time of year, like, and then you had to go back to work Monday, and that really does suck. And in Georgia, it was raining, so you go. Everybody's got to be back to work at the same time, and you go to work, and it's just absolutely just dank out there. You realize it's winter, it's cold, and by the time you get off, it'll be dark. So, you're just back to the ho-hum. Fee-fi-fo-fum, back to the ho-hum. And there's nothing cool about that. Nothing. It just really sucks. And, I don't know. But here we are. And so the New Year started off, and we're doing what we're supposed to do. So I just want to thank you for tuning in, and I just really want you guys to share my content and like my content, so others will support my content. And I would like that. I would appreciate it if you would do that. And today we're going to talk about when 99%ers start acting like 1%ers. It comes from a letter from one of my longtime subscribers over on Black Dragon Biker TV over on YouTube. And oh, by the way, the station here, this podcast, The Dragon's Lair, Motorcycle Chaos, is brought to you by Black Dragon Biker TV over on YouTube and Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust, because we cover things from the biker's angle. So one of our subscribers from there, and our channel's about 2.5 years old. Right now, at this point, we got about 26,000 subscribers, and we need more. We'd like more. Please support us. So one of my longtime listeners from over there, Ironhead, one of my longtime viewers, has now become a listener on my podcast. And I'm very thankful to have Ironhead and Lady Ironhead. It's just really amazing. Lady Ironhead is Ironhead's significant other, and we get them on the channel, and it's just amazing. And we're so thankful to have you. And he sends a letter. Hey, Black Dragon, hopefully you and Tia had a good Christmas and a happy New Year. I think I got a good idea for a topic for you. Can a 99%er club tell a riding association or an RC not to begin or start up a club? Who's truly in power, the 1%ers or the 99%ers? So I think maybe this might be a good idea for you. And I thought that would make an interesting subject matter. When 99%ers act like 1%ers. And man, I have seen this 1,000 times. This is not the first time I've heard of this. Might have been the first time I've spoken up about it, but it's not the first time I've seen it. And I'm trying to wonder what it is you think you're doing in your 99% club. What you're the boss now. You're the big man. Rude boy. You're the big guy. You're going to come over and tell a riding association it can't start up. And exactly what are you backing that up with? You want some of that power? I mean, it's kind of crazy. What states do you dominate? What are you putting down? And I've seen it. And I first saw it in 2009 in Atlanta, Georgia, when the whole biker council was put together on the Black Biker set in Atlanta, Georgia. And it was really kind of amazing. You had all these clubs that had not been regulated before. Clubs just kind of put themselves together before then. Some might go to the dominant for a blessing, some might not. Before 2009, clubs in Atlanta just kind of got here. And then in 2009, the major dominant in the area on the black side of the fence decided that they would put together the Georgia Council. And you had all these clubs come together, and they were going to teach protocol, and they were going to tell people how things were run, and it's just kind of interesting, kind of amazing. It was an amazing time. It was a new time. Black Sabbath was growing across the country, and we were running into these new councils all over the place. And I remember seeing the darndest stuff. These 99%ers that they went crazy. They were trying to get everything in place, so you would see them at the park walking up on women's motorcycle clubs and taking vests off women, like they were going to beat them up. And this was not the dominant. These were these surrogates. These guys, I guess, who thought they would get goody brownie points if they came up and, I don't know, acted like they were part of that life. And some guys really want that life. They really want it so bad, but they won't go join the real thing, so they come up yapping at your heels. And some of these guys are real serious. They're carrying guns, and they're gonna, they are the sheriffs in town. And it cracks me up. Are you truly about that life? Are you truly that one we need to be afraid of? And do you really want what comes with that? What comes with flexing on people? How about some RICO charges? That's what comes with that. Are you really prepared to go the extra mile it takes to lord over someone? I've seen these guys. I've seen them roll up on people and try to shut clubs down. I've seen this. Seen them tell people, you're going to take off your colors. We're going to come shut. Especially those that sit on councils. Those that sit on councils and they think they're operating for the dominant. I crack up a lot of times. I see those dominant MCs laughing at them. Those are the fall guys. Those will be the ones that go to prison for us. Yeah, let's make sure to use those dummies. Grabbing around, circling somebody's woman and taking the cut off her back. And a lot of these women that are on the motorcycle club and the motorcycle set that have women's motorcycle clubs or social clubs on the black set, they got husbands and stuff that are not even on the bike set. They don't know nothing about the bike set. They're not afraid of you, man. They don't know to be afraid of you. Putting your hands on somebody's wife can get you mopped up and put in a morgue bag. But they don't know. They're trying to be tough. There is a place within every community. There is a time and a place for everything. And there is a place and there is your place. Getting involved in things that are not your business, that can always turn out bad. It can turn out real bad. Man, I said that I was going to fix that thing where Facebook has to broadcast a little song. This is Windows 10. In some kind of way, it now is connected to my phone. So Windows 10 kicks in with this little music every time you get a notification, and then it actually makes the same stupid noise on your phone. So I got to fix that soon. I got to get that fixed. But it's interesting. There's a time and a place for everything, and there is a time, and then there's your place. And some people don't know their place. I might not lift a hand towards those other guys, but I ain't taking nothing from you. You can get it. And I wonder, what are some of these guys thinking? Because the big picture here is that when you show your rear end, when you show your booty, you make biking bad for all of us. Especially the tough guy 99, would-be 99%er. You make things bad for all of us. And you guys keep screwing with these civilians, I'm going to tell you what. You're going to turn your own place into Australia. You're going to turn your own country's laws into Australian laws. Because when you scare these civilians, or you screw with them, or you mess with them, they will show you how afraid they are in two places. In the jury and in the ballot box. In the jury, they'll decide cases against you. And in the ballot box, they'll vote on draconian laws designed to put an end to you. So when you're thinking about getting out there and flexing your muscles and pushing around on people, you're thinking about destroying the entire motorcycle club set. They don't mind it. There are people that are out to get us. They want to take away from us our freedom, our ability to congregate, our ability to get down together and have a good life and be free and be somewhat rebellious and not conform to society and sleep out on the road instead of in a hotel and just enjoy the scene. There are people that would take that away from us because they don't like us. They don't like what we look like. They don't like what we stand for. They don't like who we are. And they want to reach out and stop us. And you give them the goods. You give them the goods. You hand the goods over. And destroy all of our lives. And it sucks. It sucks watching you guys march around with your chest out and pushing around on people. I've seen it all. I've seen them get into fights. I've seen them bully people. I've seen it all. Most of the time for no reason at all. When 99%ers try to push MC protocol, they are out of their league. And they should quit. Do you have, as a 99%er, the increments necessary to push your opinion down on people? Do you have the manpower? Do you have the dedicated professional relations professional, the public relations professional, the person that's going to be covering your butt when the trouble comes? Probably not. See, these other clubs they've figured this out. They have it. It's a fine science. They know what to do, but you guys don't. Trying to play tough guy without the resources or the manpower. It's tough. Just because you sit on a council, that doesn't give you the right to be pushing around on people. There's another group that does that, and it's not you, 99%er. Your job is to watch and make a report or something like that. not to participate in the madness. When 99 percenters run around and try to push around on people, just makes it all bad. Because you're more likely to get into a conflict. A lot of people, they won't mess with a 1%. They'll let that go. But when you're on the same level as I am, you're pushing me around, you're probably going to get swung on and shot at, stick thrown at. I think it's a bad way to go. So the question is, can a 99% club tell a riding association or an RC you can't start up? Hell no. The answer is hell no. You can't tell nobody they can't start up. You don't have that authority. Even if you're in an area, you don't have that authority. And that's the way that is. No, they can't tell a riding association or riding club what to do or anything like that. It's just that's how it is. Oh, you're going to tell a riding association. You can't. Riding association, here's the funny thing, how MC protocols go. Riding associations don't even fall under MC protocol. They're not a motorcycle club. They're a riding association. They ride as an association. They don't count. But here you guys are in their face. It's kind of interesting to me. It's really kind of interesting to me. So, it's interesting. There's just something interesting to me about folks who get out of their lane. They always get put back in their lane in the worst way. Be it by confrontation or law enforcement or other. If you're not prepared to act a way that you're not built to act, you always find out the hard way how tough it can be. I think that there's this call to tough guyism. It grabs younger guys mostly, but I've seen it grab 55 and 60-year-olds too. This desire to have power where there's no power to be had. This desire to interject your will on someone in a most unfair and inappropriate manner. But I'll be darned if guys don't do it. And they destroy the environment. They destroy anything that they could have good. And it gets clouded with chaos and negativity. 99% clubs should stay in their lane. You're not the progenitor of MC protocol. Now, telling somebody, educating somebody, teaching somebody in the way that they should go, that's fine and dandy. That's part of it. That's what people should do. That's what a 99%er should do. Hey, man, let me tug your ear about something. Let me pull you to the side and let you know what's going on here. That's helpful. That can stop a guy from falling into some kind of trouble. But snatching patches? Really? I think you stepped over the line. threatening people, telling folks you're going to shut them down, all this, that, and the other. That's not what we're supposed to be about. But, hey, we find as we go along, as we move forward, sometimes being the tough guy doesn't work out. And today, with the stuff that's going on today, RICO is real, baby. And the last thing you want to get attributed to your motorcycle club is this status called criminal enterprise. And now that they've been successful in making this thing stick on the Mongols, they're going to be slapping that thing around like cotton candy at a carnival. Get you some, get you some, get you some. And this is cotton candy you don't want to get on you because it's going to be sticky. You got to think about how it works. 3 or more people wearing the same colors, ascribing to the same set of values, belonging to a club with a name. That's a gang. Doing something to aid and abet the ability of this gang to move around. This aiding and abetting, and every one of those little charges is another 5, 10, or 15 years. That's what you face. That's what you face, and they're not these court systems. They ain't just a whistling Dixie. They be serious about this. Boy, you done found yourself a hard way to go. I'd let it alone if I were you. They ain't playing around. They will move the jail, dig a hole underneath it, put you in that hole, and put the jail back on top of you. And they be handing out big time fines. Whew. Big time. Not fines, but time. Big time. Lots of time. Not to mention one of these clubs you're pushing on might swing back. You don't have that big dime on your chest, nothing for people to fear. And even if you think you're acting on behalf of they don't need you to act for them. They got this down. They know what they're doing. They got this handled. So, I would think about it. I would think about it seriously if I were you. This is not the 70s and 80s anymore, guys. These folks are watching us. You got to think about Australia. This is what has happened in Australia and New Zealand and places like that. They've managed to scare and turn the public against bike clubs. And so, therefore, they're allowed to create any rule they want to create. I'm reading this stuff and looking at this stuff and looking at these videos. I've been doing some research on this lately, and it is absolutely mind-blowing how these guys are treated in these countries. And this has all come from acts that they have done that have been truly sensationalized by the media. And this sensationalism scares people. I told you, civilians will vote on you 2 places. They will show you what they're thinking in 2 places, in the jury box and at the ballot box. So some zealous person like we have the district attorney that went after the Mongols, some zealous person decides we're going to use the law in a little bit different way, and we're going to go after the Mongols, and we're going to and someone says that's not going to work, and they go, yes, it will. Yes, it will. Because the public hates these guys over here. And anything we come up with, they're going to vote for that at the ballot box, or they're going to vote for that in the jury box. And we see it time and time and time and time and time and time again. And it's kind of terrifying. They're ready. They're ready. Do you know that in Australia, 3 guys that are bikies and belong to the same bike club, if it has been deemed a 1% outlaw motorcycle club nation, there are places there where they can't go and sit down and have a beer without being arrested and given big time. Years and years and years for consorting. We don't have any kind of laws like that around here. Consorting? What the hell is consorting? Being friends with, hanging out with, going over to someone's place and consorting with them. Phew. Consorting. There is a law against 3 people hanging out together that belong to the same outlaw organization. There is that law. And they're serious about it. They're serious as heart attacks about that. They're serious as the big one. And I've read and I've looked at videos and I've read about this, and there are cases where there's this one case, unfortunately, that the guy, I think he's going to win that case, or he may have won it. But these guys went and hung out together and had a beer, and they almost went to prison for decades. Absolutely crazy. But that's what's going on. Whew. So when you want to act like those guys, don't be surprised. When you think you want to regulate and you want to be tough, don't be surprised if there's somebody sitting there with an order from the court saying, oh, guess what, man, you guys are a criminal enterprise. No, we're not. No, we're not. Yes, we don't sell dope. No, yeah, well, you intimidated those people over there. That's the same thing. We don't do that here. You don't get to beat up people, intimidate them, take their cuts off of them and all that. You don't get to do that. Be ready. Know what it's like to have your motorcycle club show up on the nightly news. Know what that's like. It's absolutely crazy. When they got your people on the news and they're talking about you and they're saying this, that, and the other. And you got to get out your public relations person and go try to fight all the stuff they're going to say about you. Gang, 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 gang. This gang did this. The gangity gang, 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 gang. We're beyond the point where you can go to a bar anymore and tear it up and beat everybody up in there and you get $100 fine and boys will be boys. That's gone. Now if you say something like, I'll kill you, that's a terroristic threat. These folks ain't playing. And if it could happen in Australia, and if it can happen in New Zealand and other places like that, it can happen right here in good old US of A. Their laws mirror one another. They're getting tips from one another. We're going to call the FBI over here to talk to us about how to do this. It's a great idea. That's what's going on. So, leave the regulation, the enforcing, the pushing around. Leave that to someone else. If you're a 99% club, you've got no business doing that. That's not your bailiwick. That's not what you should be messing around with. Actually, it's kind of silly if you ask me. Especially if your club ain't built like that. And being a poser is never a good idea because somebody might call your whole card. And then you'll have to play with the big boys. Okay, so listen. I appreciate you listening in. I guess this is my third podcast, maybe, or fourth one, third or fourth one. So it's pretty exciting to be able to do this. Listen, you can support this channel by sharing this podcast and liking this podcast, and you can support this channel, this podcast, or the Black Dragon Biker News Network, or the Black Dragon Biker TV, over on PayPal. It's jbunchii@aol.com. You can support us with a gift or a donation on the Cash App, which is $BikerPrez, or you can support us on Patreon with a $2 or $5 per month donation that comes to us every month. You can send more if you want, but we're looking for $2 or $5 from each person to help us build the channel. Definitely do appreciate that. You can also support us by going to Amazon and getting my books, Prospects Bible for Women's Motorcycle Clubs, the Public Relations Officer's Bible, and the Sergeant at Arms Bible. All excellent reading with excellent reviews, and I'm on the top 10 I'm on the best-selling list, rather, several times a month. So we definitely like it if you got those books. They're also available on Kindle. You can get them there. And do stop by and see us at Black Dragon Biker TV. We post just about daily. And we're also on, you'll see, Black Dragon Biker TV also has a segment called Black Dragon Biker News Network, Biker News You Can Trust. And that's also on we try to run that daily. This podcast is on Tuesdays and on Mondays and Fridays. We have a new podcast, and then also on Insane Throttle over at HarleyLiberty.com. They have a podcast on Spreaker as well, and we're there with them on Saturday afternoons. Now, you can get this content on Spreaker or iCloud or SoundCloud or let's see. There's a couple Spreaker. iTunes. I should be on iTunes in about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. I'm not sure how long it takes to get on there, but I got to do one more of these vlogs. I think you got to have 5 to get on YouTube or on what is it? iTunes, I believe. And then I'll be on iHeartRadio. You got to have 5. So as soon as I get to my 5th episode, I'll be on iHeartRadio, iTunes. I'm already on, like I said, SoundCloud. I'll be on iCloud. All that stuff. Be on all that stuff. So we definitely appreciate you. We'd like to know what you think about this. Please leave your comments in the comment section or send me an email, blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com. There's 2 B's in Sabbath. blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com. Love to get your emails. See how you're doing and everything, and that would be cool. All right, so we go back out to the Kingdom of Nye. Headed back out this Christmas Day Eve, not Christmas, New Year's Day Eve, past New Year's, the day after New Year's, in the evening. And it's raining and cold and wet out here, but we are so glad to be on this side of the dirt nap. This side, we're alive, we're kicking, we're doing well, and we thank you for tuning in. Get skinny.